Hi, everyone. Um, for those who don't know me, my name is Karen, and I have been, for lack of a better phrase, hiding. Hiding from the world that I used to know. And oh, I believe that I have been put almost away from the world just so that I can grow, right? To have my big reveal. This isn't it. At least I don't think it is. But sorry, I'm still waking up. But I made a video yesterday regarding unity and how proud I am of everyone who has chosen to live their path as hard as it has been or may have been. And I spoke about the reason why the transgender community now is being even more and more prevalent in our view. Um, and that's to not that they necessarily are aware of this. I'm not speaking for anybody. But the whole reason is for us to get used to seeing a different way of familiarizing ourselves. That there's no such thing as just male and female, right? And the newer generations are bringing that into our awareness for those of us who haven't, I'm sorry, for those of us who have lived a little longer and were programmed by society to think, no, well, this isn't what I was taught. This isn't how I grew up, type of thing, right? Now we have that chance. And this is so exciting. It's super exciting for me. Anyways, so this is just a quick intro to let you know that a lot of times that there are, and this is, I promise you, this isn't coming from like a negative, oh my god, that's my cat. Hold on. Lucy. Come here, mama. Lucy. Stop it, Gigi. No, mama. Oh. Anyways, um, so this is every single time that there has been my spiritual journey actually started back in 2019, and I started understanding what spirituality was, and what that meant for me and how that kind of looked like reflected into my life and what everything was, right? So since 2019, now it's 2024, and since then I've always felt like I have the power to actually make change. I never understood how, right? I have different abilities, different gifts, if you want to call them that way, but that I'm naturally in tune with. But I do want to say this: everybody has access to this, not just me, not just those that are quote unquote chosen, or there's no such thing. There's absolutely no such thing. You have the power. Don't let anything or anybody else fool you. You have the power. So, getting back to what I was saying, I had been moved to do certain, I like to call them prayers. Um, because it involves action. So I have been moved to do certain prayers in a meditative state where I tune into my higher self, um, a, as many of my higher selves that there are. And I pretty much gather, I unify all of me and my energy, our energy, right? Me as an individual and all the other timelines. So I gather all of that energy and I focus it with my intention. Now, every single time that this has happened, about a month later, there's this huge social movement. Huge. Since I started in 2019. So I'm going to continue, right? But I just want you to actually see what happens. Um, Obviously, my eyes are closed, I'm focused, and there are things that my physical body and mentally I'm not aware of what's going on, right? But I want you, if you feel called to join me, join me. This is my invitation for you to join me. The intention of my prayer in a meditative state, because that's the best way that I can actually put it. And again, to me, prayer is not just asking. Prayer to me is not asking. Prayer is action. So it's me telling the universe what's going to happen, what is it that I want to happen, I should say, and follow that up with actions. And what do I mean by actions? I mean by rituals, and I also mean by doing the inner work myself. Um, and thus far, that has been working. I'm not here saying I'm special, but at the end of the day, I did grow up being told I'm nobody, quite literally a nobody. I've been told that to my face and all that. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying I'm special, but I'm special, if you get the drift, right? Um, so, anyways, so I invite you to join me in my meditation prayer today. What I am going to put the intent in all the energy that I'm going to be doing is to give everyone who is having a part or who is a part of any of these movements that are currently happening in our society, who willingly choose to be a part of these movements, that there is more opportunity, that there is strength, that there is protection. And that there is more creativity and guidance towards the creativity to get us all to understand that there's more than one way of accomplishing something. Because we have been all programmed to think that there's only a couple of ways to doing something. And I don't want to limit us anymore. So, therefore, that's what I'm going to be praying and meditating on, using the methods that I use. So if this sounds like something that you resonate with, I invite you once again to join me. I will be shutting down my mic and I will be getting into my meditative state. and I will be recording it for the first time ever. And yeah, for those who have chosen to do this, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for choosing this. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the respect and the belief that you are trying to fight against, you know, because this is exactly what we're doing. We are pushing against something that has been told to us that it's good, that we shouldn't question, that we shouldn't push, right? But we need to do more than that, right? Prayer is intent with action in my book. And this is what I have been seeing for quite a few years now. And all I can say is thank you for committing. Thank you for committing to ban this, to speak up, to even when you're afraid, still doing it. You know what I mean? God, I'm so proud of you guys. Just, it's just, there's this happiness inside me that my spirit is like, finally, this is it. This is the moment that I've been waiting for my whole entire life. I know it sounds weird, but this is literally what I feel like in my spirit. It's like my 5-year-old version me is feeling this way. That my quote unquote future self, present self, past selves, and all the other selves. Um, it's just, it's that intense. And I'm a Cancer, so yeah. So you can understand the intensity that I'm coming from. So let's go ahead and begin again. There's a specific intention that I want to put out there, and I want you to not just focus on those intentions, but I also want you to focus on the power that you have. Even if you're like, well, Karen, what power do I have? Don't think, feel. Don't think, feel. Again, don't think. This is coming from an overthinker now, so I don't want you to go, wait a minute, let me overthink this. No. Don't think, feel. Why? Because our minds aren't meant, our physical minds, our brains, that physical matter is not made and or equipped to handle the things that we're going to be doing. So it's like trying to correct your ego. Sorry, my eyes are on Lucy, my cat, who is currently looking like she's about to jump on the table. It's kind of like correcting your ego, right? Here and here, all of this is all connected. Everything that you see is connected, right? But it's just one portion of a whole multitude of yous that you don't physically see. And all of that put together is you. So you don't know, to a certain extent, just how powerful you truly are, because all you've seen is this version. All you felt is the power that sometimes you have, that you do recognize, and you're like, you know what I mean. And it's like, if I just let me at it, type of thing, right? Sorry, I don't want all that to be in the mic, but there's so much more to you. And I want you to not only feel it, but start acknowledging it. Start acknowledging the power that you have inside you. Even if right here it doesn't register, it's okay. It's just practice. Practice, practice, practice. I'm pretty sure you guys have already heard the power of mantras, right? It's the same thing. But the only difference is you're actually taking action on it. So, what did I say about prayer? Prayer is intention put into action. That, my friends, is the power that is going to um, materialize and crystallize things into your physical reality. And the last thing I'm going to say before we get started with the meditation session prayer, do not attach whatever you did to any outcome. Please, please, please don't say, okay, after, we open our eyes and we come back to ourselves. Please do not. What was that? Please do not attach any outcome to what you just did. Meaning, set it, forget it. Don't say, just as an example, don't say, oh my God, I can't wait for this, to see this like happening in like tomorrow. Or, oh my God, it's happening, but just relax. Come back when you feel that, because you're gonna feel it, trust me. I've been through it so many times. When you see the manifestation crystallizing and actually becoming something, and you'll recognize it when you hear it, when you see it, when you feel it. Just be proud of yourself because you are part of that. Just be proud of yourself and know and continue to recognize that you did that. And you have the power to make the change. There are a lot of people out here who are like, well, I would love to, take off from work and go to one of those sit down protests. Or I would love to be able to not buy cereal for my kids, but that's the only, sometimes there are certain limitations. And here is one of the solutions: pray and meditate. Join me or do it on your own. It's fine. You don't have to join me. But if you ever do so feel inclined to do so, you are more than welcome. You are family. We are family, right? Let's get started by thinking that everybody, even the people that you don't like, okay, I gotta tell that to myself a lot of times. Even the people that you don't like, everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody chose to come here for a purpose. Everybody chose to be here. Everybody said, hey, put me in, coach. Like, I want to go to Earth. I want to live this life. And if you want further explanation on that, let me know. Anyways, so understand. Number one, you are a powerful being, more powerful than you ever thought you were. Number two, we are one. All of us. Everyone that you see, the people that you see on TV, the people that, everyone. Number three, you're not fighting them. Matter of fact, you're not fighting anyone. You're fighting an idea. You're fighting a belief. Okay? If you want explanation on what that means, please let me know in the comment. But you are fighting an idea. You are fighting a belief. You're not fighting yourself. You're not fighting your ego. You're not fighting each other. When you hurt someone else, you're hurting yourself, in a sense. Okay? So we have a lot to unlearn, but we're getting there. So let's go ahead and continue this journey by banding together. Whenever you can come back to this and replay it. And just keep doing it and doing it. You can do this on your own. You don't need my guidance. You need your own guidance. Your higher self, the person that you don't physically see, that is you, already has all the answers. It's gonna be a little controversial now. Sorry, I'm a Alexander Hamilton fan, so I was like in my head, just as a side note. I was like, oh God, here comes the words autistic. So, anyways, I have to reel it back in. So, so what I need you to understand above everything. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. I can edit this. um, what I was gonna say is this is gonna be a little controversial. Your friends don't know what your path is. Your family doesn't know what your path is. Your therapist doesn't know what your path is. Your own physical mind doesn't know what your path is. Only your higher self does. Excuse me. So trust in yourself first. Allow yourself before you go and ask for help. I'm not saying don't ask for help because that is not what I'm about. If you need help, you get help. Okay? Because I'm a huge, huge believer in community, right? I'm a healer. Like, that's just a concept it's my root. So, but what I'm trying to say is every single person that you go to, oh, my back, it's gonna feel so good when I just like start meditating because my back is like, oh, girl. Every single person that you go to, they will tell you as honestly as possible, obviously, the best advice that they can, but it's coming from their perspective. And sometimes we do need others' perspectives. But I'm here to let you know, well, not let you know because you already know this. So just to remind you, be self sufficient. Be self sufficient. Karen, what does that mean? Trust yourself. Well, how do I do that? You believe in yourself. You don't question. Not yourself. You don't question, like, for example, oh, I've been wanting to write a book. And someone's like, well, you should definitely go ahead and do it. And you go for another friend for their advice, and they say, well, I mean, it's going to be a little hard, but I believe in you. I think you can do it. And maybe somebody says, well, that's the dumbest thing. You don't even know how to, you barely even know how to speak English. Girl, what you talking about? Right? That's fine. Those are all just reflections of what your ego, is thinking. Because it wants control. But we don't let your ego have control. That's the exercise. we reel it back in and we say, no, whatever doubt is coming to me, to my head, I'm not accepting that. What do I feel? And for that, you need quiet. You need quiet. And if you can't get quiet, you better make time. You better find it. Because I was a person who thought that there was no such thing as quiet, and I was craving quiet. What's going to happen is, and you know this already, either you go make time for it, or you will be put in a situation where you will have no other choice. And we are too grown. Listen to me. We are too grown for this. What do I mean by that? Stop fooling yourself. Treat yourself with more respect and dignity than that. I don't want you believing in whatever it is that you think you know. Give yourself more credit. Give yourself more credit. Okay? Because you're a beautiful being. You are a beautiful being. And you deserve the things that you've always wanted, but you never truly got. And they're just around the corner waiting for you to claim them. But how do you claim them? By changing your actions, by changing the way you think. And the more we do that as individuals, the more we're helping the collective, right? The higher we go, the stronger the punch, if you get my drift. So, accept that you're a powerful being. Accept that you have gifts. Accept that everyone has the same power and access to the same gifts. Accept that. Start deterring away from left and right. Stop. There is more. There are more options than just yes or no. There's and. There's more. Right when you come across that belief system that stops you, get curious. Because there's more on the other side. We've been programmed to stop once there's a wall, once we can't see anything. Once we are walking in a dark haunted house, for example, you're like, oh my god, oh my god, right? Me, I wouldn't dare walk in there because I know what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna like it, but anyways, that's for another story. It's that feeling you don't trust. It's not that you don't trust yourself. It's just that there is a belief system in you that's stopping you from fully understanding you. So, therefore, the ego starts creating thoughts, patterns that turn into action, that solidify into its permanent home. So once that happens, that belief now has established roots. and it's going to be harder for you to uproot those things. So let's start off with the small things and don't pressure yourself, because no matter what, you're going to be okay. We all are. And I can already hear some thoughts and all these buts, what ifs. I'm sorry. Fuck that. Don't even go there. Don't even give that any resonance. Don't give it time, space. It's like, ain't nobody got time for that. Remember that girl or that woman? It's like, no, yep. Just adopt that attitude when it comes to certain flyaways that come through your peripheral field, and say, no, I'm in control. So I'm making the decision. How? Let's see. Hey, intuition, how does this feel? Body, please guide me. I want you to show me what a yes means. Thank you. And show me what a no means. Ooh, thank you. And just be aware. Be aware. Remind yourself, how does this feel? Connect, connect, connect. Anyways, I think I've chit chatted a little too long, but maybe this helps somebody. If not, it helped me as a reminder. Um, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna put the mic down. This is just gonna be a video of me meditating and praying. I will not be saying things that are human noises, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna be getting in contact with as many versions of me as possible. So, all right, let's go do this. See you soon.